G'day and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and today I'm speaking with Pip Darvall, who's Managing Director of Sipa Resources. Pip, you seem to be developing a bit of a new strategy at Sipa Resources. Let's start in Uganda. Yeah, you've just divested of a nickel copper project over there. Why have you done that, and what is that going to allow you to do with the rest of your portfolio?
Sure, and thanks very much, Wally. So we just recently announced the staged divestment of our Uganda nickel copper project, and that was one of the major projects in Sipa's portfolio for a long time. So long-standing shareholders would obviously know that one well. COVID has obviously made things pretty challenging for operating out of your little neighbourhood. So we made the decision a while ago to look to divest things outside of WA, and that's gradually been paying off. And it hasn't been the quickest process, but we found a good partner for our Uganda project now in a company that's already operational in Uganda. So again, for them it makes sense, and working locally is something that's going to help with exploration for pretty much everyone going forward. So yeah, staged divestment to Glencoe Resources. And looking forward to being able to focus back here in WA. A lot of the challenges people have seen over the last couple of years of movement challenges, staffing challenges. There's drill rigs parked up, basically because they can't get staff. So we decided that we would pull our horns in basically to WA, where we can drive to a lot of our projects pretty easily. We've got great contacts here and relationships with others. And a lot of suppliers and so on. So it does make it a lot easier for us to just function here in WA. So that's a big part of it.
Your most recent sort of, let's say, attention has been on the Skeleton Rocks project. I mean, that's one of many within your WA portfolio. What's been happening out there?
Yeah, sure. So Skeleton Rocks project, it's about 4 hours drive from Perth. So, as I was mentioning, you can drive to this from the office. It's easy to get to, and it's our cricket season project. Basically, we can get out there and do work January, February. So this year we were able to do that and got out and did some auger soils, which gave us some very interesting anomalism right where we had some targets. So we've got some nickel, copper, cobalt anomalism there that we talked about, and the air core drill program, which we're in the midst of right now. That's going really well, and that's following up some of those anomalies. And those anomalies are centred around some great structural and interpreted lithological targets based on our previous air mag. So it's taken us a while to get to here, getting the tenements granted, doing the air mag, doing the interp, doing the auger, to culminate in the drilling, which is really proceeding very, very quickly. And we've got some great indications straight up. So, right where we had some of the anomalism from the auger results, we announced today some quartz veining with sulfides in them, and that's a great start. Now, assays, so does that indicate mineralisation? Not sure, but it certainly indicates that the type of fluids that bring mineralisation in have been passing through these rocks. So it's a fantastic start.
Okay, so the strategy for going ahead now for Sipa, or what do you see yourselves doing?
Sure. Well, look, we're typical junior explorer. We're out there testing targets. But I guess one of the things that I like to think about in terms of how we do things is, and I'd love to claim the credit for this term, but I can't. But we're trying to create an asymmetric kind of risk profile for our company, and that is to minimise the downside, but not cap the upside. And so some of the things we try and do to kind of cap the downside is get involved in joint ventures. We've got a great joint venture up in the Patterson with Rio Tinto Exploration, and that helps cap our downside. and in a number of ways. So it's funded by the other party. We earn operator fees for being the operator manager of that particular project, and that's not that can be a substantial amount of money depending on the amount of spend. So it's a percentage of the exploration spend, and this year, for example, Rio are funding $3.2 million of exploration at the Patterson. So that's one strategy we use. We try and progress the 100% owned projects as much as possible, as far as possible within our own means, and we limit the cost of doing so by doing things such as exploration incentive scheme funding. We've been very successful at achieving that on a number of our projects and run very lean. So, Skeleton Rocks, for example, the entire company was out there working, and me included. Too many geologists, in the office isn't a good idea. So we're all out there sieving chips and running around picking up rocks and smashing with a hammer. And it was great to be out there and see what's going on the ground. So they're just a couple of strategies we use to kind of minimise what the potential downside is, and then we're testing typically big targets that would give us significant upside. So, we've got a low enterprise value at the moment, but should we have success, say at Skeleton Rocks, if those holes with sulfides in them happen to have gold in them as well, you'd see the share price respond pretty quickly, you'd think. And so it's that asymmetric risk profile. That's really what we're trying to do.
Oh, well, that sounds all pretty good. That sounds well, and a smart move, really, to with the way things are at the moment, to sort of localise your exploration activities and keeping it all within WA. So it's nice and easy to get to and go and see. Save a lot on airfares, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, Pip. Well, that sounds very interesting, and hopefully we'll be able to catch up again soon, and you'll be able to tell us some more news. What's sneaking through from all the work and the drilling that you're doing. But until then, it's been great to catch up, and we hope to see you again at the Resources Roadhouse very soon.
Yeah, thanks, Wally. Look, we've got plenty going on this year. We're looking at drilling all of our projects, so we've got half a dozen projects in WA. So I'm sure we'll chat again soon.
Terrific.